Imagine a rock in the middle of a stream. The water flows around it, sometimes rushing with intensity, yet the rock remains unmoved. That's how you should approach the challenges of life. Acting as if nothing bothers you is not about pretending to be immune to feelings. It's about becoming the master of your emotions instead of their servant. When you act as if nothing bothers you, you project strength. This isn't about arrogance, it's about calm assurance. People around you will notice, and more importantly, you will notice. You'll begin to see that you have the power to control your reactions, even when you cannot control your circumstances. Here's the secret: life will always throw obstacles in your path, difficult people, unforeseen setbacks, criticism, or failure. But you get to decide how much power they have over you. What if, instead of reacting impulsively, you paused, took a breath, and acted as though these challenges were merely tests of your character? When you adopt this mindset, you'll discover an incredible sense of peace. Instead of being drained by negativity, your energy is reserved for what truly matters: your goals, relationships, and personal growth. Each time you choose calm over chaos, you reinforce your ability to navigate life with grace. Now, this doesn't mean suppressing emotions. No, it means channeling them constructively. Acknowledge frustration, disappointment, or anger, but don't let these feelings dictate your actions. Train yourself to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Think of great leaders, athletes, or anyone you admire. They all share a trait: unshakable composure in the face of adversity. That level of calm confidence isn't an accident, it's the result of deliberate effort. You, too, can cultivate this strength. Start today. Practice acting as if nothing bothers you in small situations: a missed call, a traffic delay, a disagreement. Over time, this practice will extend to larger challenges. Remember, it's not about ignoring life's difficulties, but rising above them. So act as if nothing bothers you and watch how your life transforms. You'll inspire others, yes, but more importantly, you'll inspire yourself. The way you carry yourself shapes not only how others perceive you, but also how you perceive yourself. Consider this: every interaction, every situation, and every challenge is influenced by the energy you project. When you carry yourself with composure, even amidst chaos, you send a powerful signal to the world, and more importantly, to your own mind. This isn't about pretending, it's about choosing to project strength and confidence, even in moments of uncertainty. Think about the impact this has on those around you. People are naturally drawn to individuals who exude calm and assurance. They feel more at ease, more willing to trust, and more inclined to follow your lead. But it's not just about external perceptions. The real transformation happens internally. When you act as though nothing bothers you, you begin to rewire your mindset. Over time, your mind starts to believe the story your actions are telling it. What begins as an intentional act becomes a genuine part of who you are. This isn't to say you should ignore your feelings or suppress emotions. On the contrary, it's about learning to channel them effectively. When faced with frustration or stress, instead of letting it dictate your actions, you pause. You breathe. You remind yourself of what truly matters and respond accordingly. Each time you do this, you're training your mind to prioritize long-term peace over short-term reactions. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. You don't need to master complex philosophies or follow rigid practices. It's as simple as making a choice in the moment. When someone criticizes you, you don't lash out or shrink back. You listen calmly, process their words, and decide whether they hold value. If they don't, you let them go. When a situation doesn't go as planned, you resist the urge to panic. Instead, you focus on solutions, maintaining your composure as you navigate through the challenge. This practice extends beyond challenging moments. It becomes a way of life. Imagine walking into a room not burdened by the fear of judgment or the weight of stress, but with an air of quiet confidence. People notice even if they can't quite put their finger on it. They see someone who is in control, someone who doesn't let the small storms of life throw them off balance. And the more they see it, the more you feel it. There's a deep sense of freedom in this. You realize that you are no longer a prisoner to external circumstances or other people's opinions. You are the one steering the ship, choosing your direction regardless of the waves around you. This doesn't mean you'll never feel anger, frustration, or disappointment. Those emotions are part of being human. But you'll find that their grip on you weakens over time. Instead of reacting impulsively, you respond thoughtfully with clarity and purpose. As you practice this, you might notice something unexpected. The challenges that once seemed overwhelming start to lose their power. What used to send you spiraling now feels manageable, even insignificant. This shift happens because you've trained yourself to see obstacles differently. Instead of viewing them as threats, you see them as opportunities to grow stronger, to refine your character, to deepen your resilience. This way of being becomes second nature. It's not an act anymore, it's who you are. You become the person who can remain calm in a storm, who can face adversity with a steady gaze, who inspires others with your quiet strength. And in doing so, you create a ripple effect. Your composure influences those around you, encouraging them to find their own center, to respond to challenges with grace instead of panic. The most remarkable part of this journey is how it transforms your relationship with yourself. You start to trust your ability to handle whatever life throws at you. You no longer doubt your resilience or question your worth. Instead, you carry a sense of unshakable confidence, knowing that you are capable no matter the circumstances. This is the power of perception. It's not just about how others see you, it's about how you see yourself. And when you act as if nothing bothers you, you're not just fooling the world, you're teaching yourself the most important lesson of all, that you are stronger than any challenge, braver than any fear, and more resilient than you ever imagined. Life is a series of choices, and one of the most powerful choices you can make is to focus only on what you can control. The truth is, most of the stress and anxiety people experience comes from obsessing over things they cannot influence. Whether it's the opinions of others, unforeseen events, or the unpredictable twists of life, these are all external factors that lie beyond your grasp. When you invest your energy into worrying about them, you drain yourself of the ability to make progress in the areas where you do have control. The key to finding peace and success lies in redirecting your focus. Think of it like sailing a boat. You can't control the wind or the waves, but you can adjust your sails and steer your course. When you focus on what's within your power, you regain control of your journey, no matter how turbulent the seas may be. This perspective doesn't make the challenges disappear, but it changes how you approach them. Instead of feeling powerless, you realize you always have choices. This mindset begins with awareness. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, then let it go. Holding on to what you can't change is like trying to hold water in your hands. It slips through your fingers, leaving you frustrated and empty. Instead, redirect that energy toward what you can do. This could be improving your skills, strengthening your mindset, or taking steps toward a goal. Every small action within your control builds momentum and moves you forward. For example, consider a situation where you face criticism. You can't control what someone says about you, but you can control how you respond. You can choose to learn from constructive feedback, ignore baseless negativity, or let the criticism motivate you to improve. By focusing on your response rather than the words themselves, you take ownership of the situation. The same principle applies to setbacks. Imagine you're working hard toward a goal, and an unexpected obstacle arises. A project is delayed, a plan falls through, or circumstances change. You can't undo what has happened, but you can decide what happens next. Do you dwell on the setback, or do you adjust your strategy and keep moving forward? The choice is always yours, and it's in these moments that your focus on the controllables truly shines. What's remarkable is how empowering this approach can be. When you stop fixating on things outside your control, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. You realize you don't need to solve every problem or win everyone's approval. Your energy is finite, and by focusing it on what you can influence, you maximize its impact. This doesn't mean ignoring external factors entirely. It means acknowledging them without letting them dominate your thoughts or dictate your actions. The beauty of this practice is that it simplifies life. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by everything happening around you, you focus on the essentials. You prioritize what truly matters and let go of the rest. This clarity brings a sense of calm. Even in challenging situations, you're no longer trying to fight battles you can't win. Instead, you're directing your efforts toward the battles you can. This mindset becomes second nature. You start to see challenges as opportunities rather than threats. When faced with a problem, your first thought is, what can I do about this, instead of, why is this happening to me? This shift in perspective is subtle but profound. It moves you from a victim mindset to a proactive one, where you're in charge of your destiny. The most powerful transformation, however, happens within. As you focus on the controllables, you develop a deep sense of resilience and confidence. You trust yourself to handle whatever comes your way, knowing that while you can't control every situation, you can always control your response. This trust in yourself is liberating. It allows you to face life's uncertainties with courage, knowing that you have the tools to navigate them. And so you learn to let go of what you can't change and embrace what you can. In doing so, you create a life that's not only more peaceful, but also more purposeful. You become the captain of your own ship, steering confidently through the storms, knowing that while you can't control the wind, you can always set your course. Mastering your emotions is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. It's the foundation for resilience, effective decision-making, and building meaningful relationships. The ability to remain composed in the face of adversity doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it means understanding them, acknowledging them, and choosing how to respond in a way that aligns with your values and goals. This deliberate control over your emotional state is what sets successful and fulfilled individuals apart from those who let their emotions dictate their lives. Emotions are a natural part of being human. They signal what matters to us, whether it's joy, anger, fear, or sadness. The key is not to let these emotions take over. When you're upset or frustrated, acting impulsively might feel satisfying in the moment, but it often leads to regret later. Emotional mastery means pausing, reflecting, and deciding how to act instead of reacting on impulse. It's not about ignoring your emotions, it's about responding to them thoughtfully and purposefully. Imagine a situation where someone criticizes your work. Your initial reaction might be anger or defensiveness, but instead of snapping back or shutting down, emotional mastery allows you to pause and ask yourself, what's the best way to handle this? Maybe the criticism has merit and you can learn from it, or maybe it doesn't and you can calmly let it go. Either way, you've chosen a response that serves you rather than being controlled by the heat of the moment. Developing emotional mastery is a practice that requires self-awareness. Start by noticing how you feel in different situations and what triggers those feelings. Are there patterns? Do certain people or environments bring out specific reactions in you? This awareness is the first step to gaining control. Once you recognize your triggers, you can begin to anticipate them and prepare yourself to respond constructively. For instance, if you know that a particular coworker's comments often frustrate you, you can decide in advance how you'll handle it next time. Instead of letting their words derail your day, you might choose to focus on the task at hand or respond with a neutral statement. Each time you do this, you're reinforcing your ability to stay composed and in control. Another essential aspect of emotional mastery is reframing. This means changing the way you interpret situations. If something doesn't go as planned, instead of labeling it as a failure, you might view it as a learning opportunity. Reframing helps you shift from a victim mindset to one of growth and resilience. It allows you to see challenges not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones toward your goals. Practicing mindfulness can also help. When you're mindful, you stay present in the moment rather than being swept away by thoughts of the past or worries about the future. Mindfulness helps you create a space between your emotions and your actions, giving you the clarity to choose how to respond. Simple practices like deep breathing or taking a few moments to collect your thoughts can make a significant difference in how you handle emotionally charged situations. The benefits of emotional mastery extend far beyond your own inner peace. When you remain composed under pressure, you inspire confidence in others. Whether in the workplace, at home, or in social settings, people are drawn to those who can stay calm and collected. Your ability to manage your emotions creates a ripple effect, encouraging others to do the same. It fosters trust, respect, and collaboration, strengthening your relationships and your influence. Over time, as you develop this skill, you'll notice that situations that once felt overwhelming no longer have the same power over you. You'll face challenges with a sense of steadiness, knowing that you have the tools to navigate them. Instead of being reactive, you'll become proactive, taking charge of your emotions and using them to fuel your growth. Emotional mastery isn't about being perfect. There will still be moments when you feel frustrated, overwhelmed, or upset. The difference is that these feelings won't control you. You'll have the ability to step back, assess the situation, and make choices that align with your best self. In the end, mastering your emotions is about taking responsibility for your inner world. It's about understanding that while you can't always control what happens around you, you can always control how you respond. And in that response lies your greatest power, the power to shape your life, your relationships, and your destiny. Shifting your mindset is one of the most transformative actions you can take. When you decide to act as though nothing bothers you, it's not about pretending to be unaffected. It's about choosing to respond differently to challenges and setbacks. This shift in perspective doesn't come naturally at first. It requires intention and practice, but once adopted, it has the power to change how you experience life. Consider the idea that your mind is like a lens through which you view the world. If that lens is clouded by frustration, worry, or fear, everything you encounter will seem more difficult than it really is. But when you shift your mindset to focus on calmness, confidence, and resilience, the same situations take on a new meaning. They no longer feel overwhelming. Instead, they become opportunities for growth and learning. Acting as though nothing bothers you isn't about suppressing emotions or ignoring reality. It's about consciously deciding to approach life with a constructive attitude. For example, when faced with a stressful situation, instead of thinking, "Why is this happening to me?" you can ask, "What can I learn from this? How can I grow?" This shift in perspective allows you to take control of your narrative. Think about how often people let external events dictate their mood. A single piece of bad news, an unexpected delay, or someone's harsh words can ruin an entire day. But what if you could choose not to let those things affect you? What if, instead of reacting emotionally, you paused, took a deep breath, and decided to act with calm and clarity? By doing so, you take back the power that external events might otherwise hold over you. This mindset shift doesn't mean denying reality. It means acknowledging challenges while refusing to let them define your experience. For instance, imagine a day when everything seems to go wrong: traffic delays, missed deadlines, or personal conflicts. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and let those circumstances dictate your mood. But if you shift your mindset, you begin to see those moments differently. Maybe the traffic gives you time to listen to an inspiring podcast. Perhaps the missed deadline pushes you to improve your time management skills, or the conflict helps you better understand another person's perspective. Shifting your mindset also changes the way you perceive yourself. When you act as though nothing bothers you, you start to build confidence in your ability to handle life's uncertainties. Each time you respond calmly to a challenge, you reinforce your belief in your own resilience. Over time, this belief becomes a part of who you are. You start to see yourself as someone who can remain steady under pressure, who can navigate difficulties with grace. This approach has a profound impact on how others see you as well. People are naturally drawn to those who exude calmness and self-assurance. When you project this energy, you inspire trust and respect. Others begin to see you as a source of stability, someone they can rely on in times of uncertainty. This doesn't just strengthen your relationships, it also enhances your leadership potential, whether in professional or personal settings. Of course, adopting this mindset doesn't mean you'll never feel bothered or upset. You're human, and emotions are natural. The difference is in how you handle those emotions. Instead of letting them take over, you acknowledge them and then choose how to respond. It's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. Shifting your mindset requires practice. Start small. The next time you face a minor inconvenience, like a long line at the grocery store or a frustrating email, pause and consciously decide how you want to feel and respond. These small moments are opportunities to strengthen your ability to act with intention. Over time, as you practice this mindset in small situations, it becomes easier to apply it to larger challenges. The beauty of this shift is that it empowers you to take control of your experience, regardless of external circumstances. Life will always have its ups and downs, but your mindset determines how you navigate them. By choosing to act as though nothing bothers you, you're not denying life's difficulties, you're rising above them. You're deciding to focus on what you can control: your attitude, your actions, and your perspective. Ultimately, shifting your mindset isn't just about how you handle challenges, it's about how you live your life. It's about approaching each day with a sense of calm, confidence, and purpose, knowing that no matter what comes your way, you have the power to choose your response. And in that choice lies your greatest strength. Energy is one of the most valuable resources you possess, yet many people spend it on things that don't truly matter. Every time you let a trivial issue disturb your peace, you're giving away a piece of that energy that could have been used to move you closer to your goals, nurture your relationships, or simply enjoy life. Acting as if nothing bothers you isn't just a mental exercise, it's a strategy for conserving your energy and directing it toward what truly matters. Think of your energy as a finite resource, like the fuel in a car. Each day you start with a full tank, but every reaction, worry, or distraction consumes a portion of it. If you let every small inconvenience drain you, a rude comment, a missed text, a minor delay, you'll find yourself running on empty before you've even tackled the things that really deserve your attention. Acting as if nothing bothers you allows you to protect that energy, ensuring it's available for the people and projects that are most important to you. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending problems don't exist. It means learning to distinguish between what deserves your attention and what doesn't. Not every issue is a hill worth climbing, and not every conflict needs to be resolved immediately or at all. By choosing where to direct your energy, you reclaim control over how you spend your time and mental effort. Imagine a day filled with minor inconveniences: spilled coffee, a snarky comment from a coworker, a slow internet connection. It's easy to let these small frustrations pile up, each one adding to a growing sense of irritation. But what if, instead, you chose to let them roll off your back? What if you reminded yourself that none of these things truly matter in the grand scheme of your life? By doing so, you conserve the energy that might have been wasted on stress or anger and can instead channel it towards something productive or fulfilling. This approach also frees up mental space. When you allow every small annoyance to take up residence in your mind, you create unnecessary clutter. That clutter makes it harder to focus, harder to think clearly, and harder to maintain a positive outlook. By refusing to let trivial matters bother you, you clear that mental clutter, creating space for creativity, problem solving, and a sense of calm. Over time, this practice of conserving energy has a cumulative effect. The energy you save by not sweating the small stuff adds up, leaving you with more reserves for the moments that truly count. Whether it's a critical decision at work, a meaningful conversation with a loved one, or simply enjoying a quiet moment of relaxation, you'll find that you're more present and engaged when you haven't wasted your energy on things that don't matter. This doesn't mean you'll never feel irritated or upset. Those feelings are natural and unavoidable at times. The difference lies in how you respond to them. Instead of letting them drain you, you acknowledge them and then make a conscious decision not to dwell on them. It's about recognizing that your energy is precious and treating it as such. The beauty of this mindset is that it's empowering. When you stop letting small annoyances bother you, you realize just how much control you have over your experience of life. You're no longer at the mercy of external events or other people's behavior. Instead, you're in charge of how you feel and how you use your energy. This approach also has a positive ripple effect on those around you. When you remain calm and composed in the face of minor challenges, you set an example for others to do the same. Your energy becomes contagious, creating an atmosphere of peace and focus that benefits everyone you interact with. Practicing this mindset takes time, but it starts with small steps. The next time you find yourself annoyed by something minor, a delay, a misunderstanding, a piece of gossip, pause and ask yourself, is this worth my energy most of the time? The answer will be no. And in that moment, you have a choice to let it go and move forward or to let it consume you. The more you practice conserving your energy in this way, the more natural it becomes. Over time, you'll find that your days feel lighter, your mind feels clearer, and your focus becomes sharper. You'll have more to give to the things and people that truly matter, and you'll feel more in control of your own experience. Ultimately, conserving your energy isn't just about avoiding stress, it's about creating a life where your time, attention, and effort are directed toward what brings you joy, fulfillment, and progress. By acting as if nothing bothers you, you're not ignoring life's challenges, you're choosing to spend your energy wisely on the things that truly deserve it. The principle of taking control of your reactions is a cornerstone of personal growth and resilience. Life is unpredictable, and you will inevitably encounter situations that test your patience, disrupt your plans, or challenge your sense of calm. While you may not always control what happens, you always have the power to control how you respond. This ability to govern your reactions is what allows you to rise above circumstances rather than be controlled by them. When you let external events dictate your emotions, you surrender your power. A single frustrating interaction or unexpected challenge can spiral into hours or even days of negative feelings if you allow it. However, when you decide to take control of your reactions, you reclaim that power. You become the master of your emotional state rather than a victim of it. This shift isn't just about maintaining composure, it's about choosing how you want to show up in the world. Taking control of your reactions begins with self-awareness. The next time you feel anger, frustration, or disappointment rising, pause for a moment and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What is it about this situation that's triggering me? Often, it's not the event itself that causes distress, but the meaning you assign to it. A critical comment might make you feel undervalued, or a delay might feel like a loss of control. By identifying the underlying thoughts driving your reaction, you can begin to address them. Once you've identified the trigger, the next step is to question it. Is this thought or interpretation accurate? Is this reaction helping or hurting me? For example, if someone cuts you off in traffic, your initial reaction might be anger, accompanied by thoughts like, how dare they? They're so inconsiderate, but does holding on to that anger serve you? Does it improve your situation or make your day better? Likely not. By questioning your reaction, you create space to choose a different response. This process is not about suppressing emotions, it's about redirecting them. If you're upset, allow yourself to feel it, but don't let that feeling dictate your actions. Instead, channel that energy into something productive. If a mistake at work frustrates you, use that frustration as motivation to improve. If a disagreement leaves you feeling hurt, turn it into an opportunity to communicate more effectively. Taking control of your reactions also involves recognizing the distinction between what you can and cannot control. Many people waste valuable energy trying to change things outside their influence, like other people's opinions or uncontrollable circumstances. This only leads to frustration and a sense of powerlessness. Instead, focus on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your attitude. For instance, imagine you're in a meeting where your ideas are dismissed. You can't control how others respond to you, but you can control how you handle the situation. Instead of shutting down or becoming defensive, you might choose to stay engaged, ask questions, or clarify your points. By doing so, you demonstrate confidence and professionalism, regardless of the outcome. The practice of controlling your reactions is deeply empowering. It reminds you that you are not at the mercy of your circumstances. You have the ability to shape your experience of life, no matter what challenges arise. This doesn't mean you'll never feel upset or overwhelmed. Those feelings are natural and part of being human. But it does mean that you won't let those feelings control you. Over time, as you practice this skill, you'll notice a profound change in how you experience life. Situations that once upset or stressed you will lose their power over you. You'll approach challenges with a sense of calm and confidence, knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way. This doesn't just improve your mental and emotional well-being, it also enhances your relationships, your productivity, and your overall sense of fulfillment. One of the most significant benefits of taking control of your reactions is the example you set for others. When you respond to difficulties with grace and composure, you inspire those around you to do the same. Your behavior becomes a source of strength and stability for your family, friends, and colleagues. You demonstrate that it's possible to face life's uncertainties with courage and clarity, and that lesson can have a lasting impact on those who look up to you. In the end, taking control of your reactions is about reclaiming your power. It's about recognizing that while you can't always choose what happens to you, you can always choose how you respond. And in that choice lies the ability to create a life of purpose, peace, and resilience. Maintaining a calm demeanor, regardless of the circumstances, is a skill that holds immense power. It conveys confidence, builds trust, and helps you navigate even the most challenging situations with clarity and grace. When you project calmness, you not only create a sense of control within yourself, but also influence how others perceive and interact with you. This skill is not about pretending to be unaffected, but about cultivating a genuine inner steadiness that supports you in every aspect of life. In moments of adversity, your demeanor communicates more than words ever could. Imagine two individuals faced with the same crisis. One panics, reacting impulsively, while the other remains composed, considering their next steps carefully. Who inspires more confidence? Who is more likely to make effective decisions? Calmness signals to others and to yourself that you are in control, that you can handle the situation thoughtfully and deliberately. It becomes a beacon of stability in a storm of uncertainty. Developing a calm demeanor starts with self-awareness. Pay attention to your body and mind when stress arises. Are your shoulders tense? Is your breathing shallow? Are your thoughts racing? These are natural responses, but they don't have to dictate your behavior. The moment you become aware of these signs, you can intervene. A simple practice like taking a few deep breaths can help reset your nervous system, bringing you back to a state of calm. It's important to understand that calmness isn't the absence of emotion. You can feel anger, frustration, or sadness without letting those emotions overwhelm you. This requires acknowledging your feelings without judgment and choosing how to respond. For instance, if you're upset about a misunderstanding, you might feel the urge to lash out or withdraw. But maintaining a calm demeanor means pausing, reflecting, and addressing the issue constructively. It's not about suppressing how you feel, but about expressing it in a way that aligns with your values. Your ability to stay calm under pressure also depends on how you prepare yourself in moments of ease. Just as athletes train consistently to perform under stress, you can build your capacity for calmness through regular practices like mindfulness, meditation, or journaling. These habits strengthen your ability to remain centered, even when life throws curveballs your way. Over time, they create a reservoir of resilience that you can draw upon when challenges arise. A calm demeanor has a ripple effect. When you stay composed, you influence the energy of those around you. In a heated argument, your calm presence can diffuse tension, encouraging others to lower their voices and engage in meaningful dialogue. In a high-stakes meeting, your steadiness can inspire confidence in your team, helping everyone stay focused and solution-oriented. Calmness is contagious, and by embodying it, you create an environment where others feel safe and supported. This approach doesn't mean you won't face moments that test your resolve. Life is unpredictable, and there will be times when staying calm feels nearly impossible. But each time you choose composure over chaos, you reinforce your ability to handle stress effectively. It's a practice, not a destination, and with every effort, you grow stronger. Another key aspect of cultivating a calm demeanor is letting go of the need to control everything. Often, stress arises from trying to manage outcomes that are beyond your influence. By focusing on what you can control, your actions, your thoughts, and your attitude, you free yourself from unnecessary worry. This shift in perspective helps you stay grounded even in the face of uncertainty. The impact of a calm demeanor extends far beyond your personal well-being. It enhances your relationships, as people are naturally drawn to those who exude stability and understanding. It boosts your professional reputation, positioning you as someone who can handle pressure with poise. And most importantly, it contributes to your overall sense of peace and fulfillment, allowing you to approach life with confidence and clarity. In the end, maintaining a calm demeanor is about recognizing that you have a choice. You can let external circumstances dictate your emotions and actions, or you can take charge of how you respond. By choosing calmness, you empower yourself to face challenges with resilience, build stronger connections with others, and create a life marked by balance and purpose. This isn't just a skill to practice in moments of crisis, it's a way of being that transforms how you experience the world.